But let's go over. There's obviously one of the biggest rivalries in the world: Real Madrid versus Barcelona in the Copa del Rey semifinals in leg two. Real Madrid absolutely embarrasses Barcelona in a 4-1 aggregate score defeat. Oh, no, wait, what was the? No, that was just for the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
No,
that
what
was
was
for
the
the
aggregate?
It was
5-1.
4-0. The 4-1 was the aggregate. The aggregate was 4-1 Real Madrid. This game was 4-0. So Barcelona
4-0.
came into this with a 1-0 victory in Madrid.
At the Bernau. Yeah.
Yeah, and now Real Madrid come to Camp Nou and say fuck you guys. And
Benzema hat trick.
essentially, I mean, I unless you see a shock upset to what is it? Osasuna? How do you
Osasuna.
pronounce that?
Osasuna.
Yeah,
Osasuna. Okay.
Osasuna, yeah.
Unless you predict a shock defeat to Osasuna, Real Madrid have the Copa del Rey now, basically already in their trophy cabinet.
Also, too, shout out to Osasuna for making it to the final of Copa del Rey. It's a big achievement for them. But I will, man, like, look, I'm the.
I mean,
I'm the resident
you being the resident Barca. I was gonna say this has gotta be like
we want to hear
whole-
because I
All
did
right,
see the
man.
score. I didn't watch too much. What happened?
I mean, the only thing that you have is really the league because the Champions League gone, Europa League gone. It's just like it's been like a roller coaster for Barca.
It's to me, it's look. I like to consider myself not the norm when it comes to like other Barca fans because I find as a Barca fan, other Barca fans annoying as fuck and delusional. Like I think
very delusional. I agree. Barca fans are the most
like,
delusional fans.
Like I think what it is, you get so used to seeing this team being what they were, and now trying to see them what they are now. People don't want to accept the fact of what they are. And reality, what it is, it's a bunch of overpaid, overhyped players
who are young
in a
as
system, who are young as hell, and are in a system I think doesn't fit them.
Yeah.
They're in a situation, and the big the reason why they lost this game was the midfield. The midfield and the fullbacks got absolutely exposed, specifically the midfield. Busquets is washed. Get rid of him.
and you say that, and you say this every episode too, and in person, every Miami game.
God, dude, the guy is so slow. He's so washed. I don't understand. I mean, you have to play him now because you got De Jong. The things was hurting Barcelona currently is they're suffering from a lot of injuries because you have Dembele out, you have Pedri out, you have De Jong out.
But see, even Pedri,
you have Christensen out. But to me, the biggest problem is with Dembele being out, and even beforehand, it's just been bad signing. They've had no way to fill the need on the left wing since Dembele's been gone. Because you did have Dembele and Rafinha on the wings, but then even then, Rafinha's always been a right winger. That's his more natural position, is the right side.
Yeah, and then even in this game, they said, "All right, here, Gavi, you do it." I don't think that's the way to go.
And they don't.
They have been doing it. No, and I think
well, I know they've been doing it, but I don't think it's the way to go. I'm not saying it's terrible. It could work against different teams, but I think against Real Madrid, that's not where you want him.
Well, here's the thing. I think the problem is, one, you have no one else to put there because Ansu Fati has been an absolute bust since his injuries. Fernan Torres has been ended up being a terrible signing. The man has done absolutely nothing. He's been atrocious. Even the minutes he comes in, he's so non-effective. Even when he played for Spain in the World Cup, the guy he's just not good. I mean, City fleeced him. Honestly, City fleeced Valencia and City fleeced Barca. I don't like it. It blows my mind. So then you're forced to put in a situation where they did have Pedri playing up in the left wing at times, because there's nowhere else to really to fill that need. Then Pedri gets hurt. Now you're throwing Gavi in there, and these are two guys where their natural positions are not wingers. Like these guys are eights. You have no true winger on the left side who can break the line. Especially now with Dembele out, I think Dembele is better than Rafinha currently.
By far.
And
Dembele is just injury prone. That's his only problem.
And honestly, like your best midfield to me is Pedri, De Jong, and
Kessié.
Gabi.
Oh no, I think Kessié.
I like Kessié coming off the bench. Kessié made a really bad mistake, which to me made no sense. Like on that penalty that on Vinicius in the box, I don't understand why they were like they were double teaming, and this is a Barca team that's pretty strong defensively, but like they were crowding the wings too much, trying to get the ball, and then leaving the middle wide open for Benzema to just get in there and just absolutely take advantage of. Like that second goal, Benzema was left wide open and then you look, everybody's crowding the left side. Busquets is playing the fucking line. I'm like, Busquets, what are you doing, bro? Like you literally got left exposed and out of position. Like you need to be in the middle. Like that's what you're there for. And he was playing the side.
With the manager in his playing days. Like played with your manager. And that's the thing. Like I said about Phil earlier in this episode, how Phil was a defender in his playing time. You would think that he would just stack the defense. Like why is Xavi not just stacking his midfield? Like he is a fucking midfielder, one of the best of all time. Like I just don't understand why his midfield struggles every game. Like it is inconsistent.
Yeah, you don't have a stable force, and I think what doesn't help the fact is that you don't have a true left winger. So you're taking one of your midfielders and putting him on the left wing, whether it be Gavi or Pedri. I don't understand the rationale of putting Araujo on the fullback position. I don't understand the purpose of putting Araujo on the fullback position and then having Koundé in the center back. Koundé is a fullback. He plays better at that fullback position. He played there for France.
He's faster.
He looks better there. And we saw that in this game. Vinicius cooked Araujo in that fullback position. He got cooked multiple times. And to me, it's just frustrating to see because you have this guy in Lewandowski, one of the most prolific strikers of our generation, and you have no one to feed him the ball. And I get in Bayern, he was a target man in Bayern, but like you,
but I mean, he had Muller feeding him. Yeah. I mean, and the amount of times I've seen Muller just feed him on a plate and just say, "All right, here you go, Leva, just blast it," and he just would because that's what he does. It's just like, I mean, and I'm not saying, and I'm not taking anything away from Leva because he's very good, and you know he could score goals on his own if he wanted to, but I mean, his positioning and his clinical nature in the box when you just put the ball near him to get the goals. That's all you got to do, and you got to give him those chances.
Barca's just still stuck, like on Julian said, they're just stuck on the old days, bro. Like when Messi was there, they're stuck on this tiki-taka ball that doesn't work with what you have. Like that's what I mean.
I don't even think they're playing that. They're just playing this wing play and crossing it into Lewandowski constantly, and he's the only man in the box. Because
it's
like,
and then it's easy to, and then it's much easier to cover him and put bodies on him.
Because you do it for 90 minutes.
Yes, he's Lewandowski, but he's not fucking God. He's not gonna get away. Like I don't care who you are in professional football. I don't care if you're Ronaldo. I don't care if you're fucking Messi. If you're being covered by like 4 people in the box, you're not going to score as many goals as
they do
it
for 90 minutes, and they've done it. They've done it so many times this season, bro. So many times.
And you know the thing too is that they get away with it, and it's the reason why they're winning the La Liga is because look. Barca, the only team that they beat, and the only reason I thought they could win this game, the only big powerhouse club that they've beat this year has been Real Madrid. They beat Real Madrid twice this season, one in La Liga, and then obviously the first, and then one in the Copa del Rey. But outside of that, who have they beat? They've beaten no one. They've lost to Inter. They've lost to Bayern. They lost to
Man United.
Man United. Like.
And in all those games they did the same fucking thing they just did against Real Madrid.
They get smoked. Like I mean they just been beating up on feeder clubs at the bottom of La Liga and gaining points versus Real Madrid has been dropping points in some time for games that they should be winning. And like it's no excuse. Like to me, Xavi's not the answer. The guy, he hasn't changed up tactically. Look, if you don't have a left winger, don't
Then
play a
don't run.
4-3-3.
Yeah, exactly. Don't run a
I don't
formation that
understand.
includes a left winger. Exactly.
But I would be okay with putting a
Like run a
Rafinha up there as a
4-5-1.
strike. Or to me, like a 4-4-2. Like if you want to, like you have Gavi and Pedri, you can have Busquets play a little deeper because Busquets doesn't have the legs to go up and down as like
just
a
let him
as like
let him
an
stay
8.
back. Yeah, just
Let him stay back, and then put whoever you want to put De Jong. Obviously, like I'm talking about like if they were healthy, yeah, you put a De Jong and like a Gavi in like your two like sides of the diamond, and then throw Pedri up top as like your 10, and then you have your two strikers in front of you, and let Koundé and whether you want Balde or Alba to go up and down the left side, because like I don't understand why he won't make a tactical change, and I think it's because it's been successful because he. They beat Real Madrid with Gavi playing as the winger. Like they did. So he's going into the same system of like, all right, like we know we can beat him with Gavi as a winger or Pedri as a winger. Like we have no issue with that.
Yeah. And also to point
now
out
you're losing that defensive solidity because Christensen being gone, you have, and then like, I don't know, man. It's and you have no stability at your left back. I don't know. It's crazy. I like Kessie. I don't know if Kessie's a full-time starter. I think if I had to pick my midfield trio, it's to me it's got to be Gavi, De Jong, and Pedri. But you have two guys out, so you got to put in Kessie in there, which I'm okay with. But Busquets, I don't even know why they want to keep him because there's talks of them wanting to keep him, and I get he's the captain, but like you can't bench the captain. But like, dude, like come on. I mean, you guys haven't beat anybody of note outside of Real Madrid in La Liga games. And the first match
or European competitions.
Like, so I mean, I think this year's pretty much a wash. Like, yeah, you're gonna win La Liga, finish out the season. But there has to be some wholehearted changes coming into this summer transfer window. They spent way too much money on these players that aren't just producing. Like Fernan Torres, like you got to move on from him. Like, and I think they will. They're going to go out there and try to find a left winger. I don't know who's going to be out there available to grab. If they want to stick in this 4-3-3, but to me, Xavi is not the answer. The team has gotten worse since he's gotten into position. The guy, he's not a tactician to me.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens for the rest of this season. Or not the rest of the season. We know what's going to happen the rest of the season, but in the off season is what I meant to say.
Oh, and don't even get me started on like the fucking scandals with the financial and the paying the refs and all. Honestly,
we can talk about that another time. It's too much.
They almost make me not even want to be a fan anymore. And I'm just like, we're just going to main Valencia because like it's been so frustrating to be a fan of them. It's just one thing after another. And honestly, when I'm a fan of them, it makes me feel like a douchebag. Like, I don't know.
But the Barca fans, bro, they're just so delusional because they just think they have fucking Henry, Iniesta, Messi, Ibra. Like, they have this fucking team from 10 years ago again. Like,
Suarez.
it's not fair, bro. Like, you guys lost to fucking Bayern 3 years in a row. We made Messi leave the fucking club because you guys can't win shit. Like, it's just, bro. And then like Julian just said though, like how they're playing like these people at their unnatural positions, and yeah, it worked one time against Real Madrid because you pulled off a fucking lucky win by 1 goal. And then you go into the game again in the second leg doing the same shit. You're playing one of the best managers of all time. You don't think he's going to adjust to that shit? Like, bro,
and one of the best midfields in the world.
Yeah.
Valverde is playing well.
And these dudes have been playing longer than fucking Gavi and Pedri have been alive. Like,
yeah. And you know what, too? Shout out to Real. Like, I thought I've been a big Camavinga guy. That guy played out of position in left back, and he held his own there. He did really well there.
He did, yeah.
I liked him there. Obviously, he was out of position, but he's going to be a really good player, man.
Yeah,
he's going to be a really good player once he gets once one of those spots open between.
Well, Cruz is retiring after the season.
Oh, so. Well, then yeah. So like,
like I said, it'll be interesting to see. Well, the off season, the changes that are made because things. They're not. They can't stay the way they are with Barca.
Barca just has
that. It will definitely keep an eye on that as the season winds down.
Barca just has to find something new, bro. Because you've been knocked out of the Champions League, fucking 3 years in a row now by the same team, which you should tactically know how the fuck they play now. You've been knocked out of Europa League by Man United. Like, it's just, I don't know. Barca has shit that they need to figure out, and they need to figure it out quick because now they're playing fucking Conference League ball next season.
Not even.
They're out of that too.